गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Jnaneshwari chapter 18 and verse number 17, OV number 432. So we were looking at here, the teacher Jnaneshwar Maharaj is explaining to us how that even after one has come to realize the self, what is his state, what is his disposition, what is the observation of other people of him, and what is his observation with regards to everything. Our scriptures, meaning not only Gita but Upanishads also, ultimately say we cannot talk about what a realized person disposition is. What is his vision of everything we cannot tell. But we can make out what it could be. And that is what is Jnaneshwar Maharaj here, a realized master, Jnaneshwar Maharaj. He himself is putting it down. So it cannot be wrong. It cannot be contrary to what scriptures are saying. And he is confirming that what the scriptures are saying is his experience. Otherwise, he would have made a comment. He would have said it otherwise. So what is that? The arrow moves forward with its momentum, 426th OV. The arrow moves forward with its momentum even after hitting the target. We spoke about it last week, that even after it has reached its target, suppose the target is the leaf on a tree, after it has hit the leaf, pierced it, the momentum makes the arrow continue to go as far as the momentum allows it to go. Then it drops down to the earth. Then similarly, a Jivatma, that means that principle who we are thinking that we are this life, we are the soul. Soul is the Jivatma. Once this soul has realized that his oneness with Paramatma, then what will happen to his body? This body was shot by the arrow, and this body continues. And what was this body meant? What was its destination? What was its target? Without the body, could any Mahatma, without the body, could they have achieved realization? Not possible. See the blessings that we have, that we are born as a human being. So without the body, we could not do our sadhana, we could not have the choice of expanding ourselves to be the infinite reality and get out of this rigmarole of birth and death, transmigration. So the arrow left, the arrow is the body, it reached its target. Realization was, the arrow pierced. The mind, because who is making this body run? Who is making this body move? Who is making this whole organism function? It is life in it, isn't it? And what was the purpose of life? to realize that it is one without a second. It reached. But then what will happen to the body? We talk about it that once you get up from the dream, can you go back to the body? No, you cannot. Similarly, this master who has reached his infinite self, then what happens to his body? This body will continue as long as the momentum with which it came into existence, it came into relative existence, and it will continue. Just like sometimes when we wake up in the morning, sometimes when the impressions are very deep of the dream, for few seconds, some apparition, some idea of the dream is still lingering, just for few seconds, maybe for some smart ones, apostrophe, they may carry it for few hours, few minutes. So it lingers. How long it lingers? As long as the momentum, as long as the intensity of the impact of the dream is still impressed on the mind of the on the mind. Till then. See? Same way, when you go from waking to dream, what is dream? Dream is nothing but all unfinished businesses in your life mixed together like a minestrone soup and presented to you by the mind. That's all it is. How long will they last? Till the momentum is there. Till the momentum is there. You don't dream all night. You go to sleep also. That's why you're refreshed. The next example that was taken was, even though the potter has removed the pot from the wheel keeps on rotating until its speed is spent up. Exactly the similar example. Just like when we in a garden, we go round and round and round and we suddenly stop, the world is still going around. Is it really going around? Exactly the same way. Or you are in a car and you have pressed the accelerator and then you have taken your foot off the accelerator, you have put the ignition also off. Does the car stop straight away? No. It will continue till the momentum takes it to till whatever distance. Exactly the same way. Whatever was the prarabdha with which this body came out, some momentum was there. And we see that momentum. Some are born at the time of birth, some live only for few breaths, some will live for maybe a few hours, few days, few months. Some die in their childhood, some die, their journey is over in teenage, and some are not ready to die. Sangdev Maharaj, 1400 years old. Keep doing Kaya Kalp after Kaya Kalp. Some prarabdha was there, so he kept going. See? Then next example. In the same way, even after the egoistic feeling has disappeared, the Prakriti which has created the body makes it perform actions. So, remember the 5 causes? So, even though the agent, the doer, has quietly slipped out of the 5. You remember the 5 causes? He has slipped out. Why? This doer realized that he is the infinite one. Because the doer is also I, all the earths are I, the waker is also I, the seeker is also I. But what is the nature of I? Who made that? Who took that initiative? The doer only. Doer as seeker took that initiative, and he recognized that he was the infinite one, and he realized, and he is, that's it. Then after that, what will happen? The other 4 keep continuing going. Because of the momentum, they keep going. The Prakriti which had created the body makes it performs actions. Just as a dream appears in sleep without any prior thought, nor trees grow in forest even without being planted, or imaginary cities are formed in the sky without any construction, so without the self doing anything, actions continue to be performed because of the five causes consisting of the body, etc. Huh? So here the other side is given. First, it was talked about the prarabdha, the momentum that with which this prakriti came into activity. Now you will find the cause of activity. What was the first activity which began? When was the first birth that I had? If you say Brahmaji is the creator, then they say so many Brahmaji. Which is the first one? You can never. It is Anadi. How long? How old is this Maya? Anadi. How old is the self? Anadi. How far is the self going forward? Ananta. How far is the Maya going forward? It can end. If you come to realize that you are the infinite Atma, or if you bring about the union between Atma and Paramatma, the Maya ends, the Prakriti concludes. The momentum is taken away from the Prakriti to create more activity, to get involved in more activity. And so here, to bring this point that it is causeless creation. Causeless creation. So it was told, nobody has planted any seeds, but the trees are growing everywhere of their own accord. And the dream, where does that dream begin? Sometimes you begin in your middle age, sometimes you begin when you are about to die, sometimes the dream begins when you are just born. There's no head or tail of it. It starts from wherever it wants. But what was the cause of it? No, just because it started. That is how it is. That is how it is, that once the master has realized, using this body, breath, mind, intellect equipment, once the jiva has realized his union or his essence as that infinite Paramatma, infinite Brahman, thereafter this Prakriti, this body, it's continuing. For no reason, it's just continuing because of the momentum that it had gained initially, with which it had come into relative existence. Existence is only one. Atma is Satchidananda. If Atma is Sat, if Paramatma is Sat, Brahman is Sat, the pure consciousness, our Astitva, the true Satta is Sat, existence, then what is the status of existence of this laptop, of this body, of this breath, of this sight, of this hearing, of this day, of this ear, of all the waking experience, dream experience, and deep sleep experience? Can we have two existences? One is the existence of the self, and the other is existence of the waking, dream, and deep sleep. Then you will have two existences. That's why we have to remember, it is the relative existence. What is relative existence? Mithya Swarup. What is Mithya? That which is existing in its own absence. It has got no satta. Just like wave has got no satta, has got no existence. Because if wave had existence, but when you touch it with your five senses, when you touch it, what do you touch? You touch water, you taste water, you smell water, you hear water, but you call it a wave. So what is wave? a projection on the water, because your attention is on a temporary form of that water, and which you think is a form. It's continuously changing that too. So anyway, as long as you get the point, that is important. So these actions continue to be performed because of the five causes consisting of the body, etc. Adhishthanam, Karanam, Karta, and then the Devas. And one more was there, efforts. 5. These 5 causes, both material and instrumental. Material, body is the material. Instrumental, the karta is the senses are and the devas are the instrumental. Combined together to cause the actions to be performed by reason of the latent impressions of the past actions in previous births. Now theory is being given a little bit, so that this seeker comes to recognize that he is wholly, solely responsible for whatever he is, whatever he is experiencing, whatever is coming to him as an experience, whatever he is whatever is life is throwing at him, he is solely responsible for that. He is solely responsible. We have ordered our own experiences by collecting the impressions. Whenever we take ownership of activity, it is called karma, action. There is difference between activity and action. Go back to 2 or 3 lectures, we have explained that. Activity with ownership is action. Karma phala is binding. Kriya phala is non-binding. Karma phala leaves an impression, which is called as vasana, subconscious memory. Kriya phala leaves no impression. Why? Kriya phala is no impression because there is no owner there to receive the Kriya phala. This is very, very, just think about it. So in and through your daily activities, don't become a doer. Allow them to happen. You watch that they are happening anyway. Don't take that, I have to do it. It has to be done. Mind is speaking. Okay. You be aware. Live in awareness of the thoughts erupting in the mind, prompting the speech, prompting the body to act in a particular way. That awareness is required, and it requires a little bit of practice initially, because we are so head over heels into accepting that we are the body, and we don't stop there. We are even more double head over heels into believing we are the wife, we are the husband, we are the son or daughter. So you have to first sort that out, then come to be the body. Then you have to sort the body to be the awareness. And it can happen in one second. It can happen if you accept it. But if there is a if and a but because, फिर गए काम से, फिर लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई. So another word for these vasanas, subconscious impressions, is latent impressions. These latent impressions or vasanas, when they are hidden, you don't know how many impressions are there in the subconscious mind. We have no idea. Thank God we don't know. नहीं तो पागल हो जाते. But when they come to the surface under right conditions, just like under the right conditions water becomes wave, or you get mirage waters in the right conditions. Exactly the same way. Under right conditions, certain impressions become from causal, unexpressed, subconscious, they come to the conscious memory. When they come to the conscious memory, they are called desires. And that desire then prompts the activity at the speech, like manasa vacha kaya, by way of thoughts, words, and deeds. It takes the support of that, the desire takes the support of these three and expresses itself. And we want to get out of this. First job is not to create more. And how do you not create more? Remove the doer. Don't be the doer. The moment only observation is there of the activity, then no impression is created. Do not get too excited. Don't do anything too intensely. Have a cool head. सब ठीक है, चराई वहती चलते रहो बस, आगे बढ़ो. व्हाट्स नेक्स्ट? हाँ, अब किसको फोड़ना है? फोड़ो, आगे बढ़ो. So, together to cause the actions to be performed by reason of the latent impressions of the past actions in previous birth. So it is, so you think you are doing the action stupidly. What is the reason you like mangoes and another person doesn't like mango? What is the reason that you like a certain type of personality and another person, two children of the same parents, totally different disposition? One is a good musician, another doesn't like music only. What is that reason? Latent impressions, subconscious impressions. That is our blueprint. That makes our swabhava. So that latent impression is the prompter of activity through this equipment. Stupidly, we have accepted that we are the doer. So when you go remove yourself from the equation, activity will continue for some time. On what accounts? On accounts of the past impressions. How long will you keep thinking about the daytime when you are in bed? As long as the sleep doesn't come. Once the sleep comes, all thoughts of the day, of the waking, are over. Isn't it? Exactly the same way. These actions may lead to the destruction of the world or give rise to new worlds. So these impressions, some people are suicidal. Yesterday I gave you one example. A CEO of this company, publishers, I don't know what their name is, Hathaway something, of the Harry Potter series. So their publisher in India, same company from England, he was the CEO of that company. See, at a young age. Why was he so having this anxiety? That person's mother also was similar. So it may take you to, those impressions may take this equipment. Not if we are identified with the equipment, then we will say it is our destruction. I am suicidal, I am depressed, I am successful, I am sad, I am a winner, I am a loser. But if the doer has checked out of the 5, then what happens to to the other four? What happens to the other four? What the latent impressions bring about? How does it matter? How does it matter to you how your body died in the dream after you wake up? Does it matter? Udiya Baba was there. Udiya Baba he was from Orissa. That's why he was called Udiya Baba. And this Udiya Baba, he had done Kundalini Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Vedanta, and then he came to Vrindavan. He met Akhandanandji, or Akhandanandji met him in Gorakhpur while he was traveling, and in those days, all these Mahatmas, they were not into freedom struggle. They were into the freeing the I rather than freeing the country. So he was traveling and he came to Vrindavan, and the bhakti environment in Vrindavan, the atmosphere in the Braj Bhumi, it caught him, and he stayed there only till the end. Udiya Baba. And some of you, I don't know if anyone is here who had come with me, we had been to Akhandanandji's ashram, Anand ashram in Vrindavan. So just close by, another 100 steps is Udiya Baba ashram in the lane. Akhandanandji was disciple of Udiya Baba. This Udiya Baba, how did he pass away? He was self-realized. For many, many years, their body is continuing. But he was sitting and giving a lecture, and a person, one of the sevaks, two sevaks were pressing his feet. He was sitting on a chabutra, on a platform, and about hundreds of people are sitting there and listening to his talk. And one of the sevaks, he got up, Swamiji, Laghu Shanka. He went for Laghu Shanka, came back. When he came back, he found another person sitting in where he was, his place, pressing the feet of the master. And he felt so angry, so angry. Why he felt so angry? He had been serving the master for so many years. But an uncontrollable anger came, and he picked up an axe, and his reasoning, look at his reasoning. I have never been so angry. Why am I feeling angry? I think the Udiya Baba is the cause for my anger. If I was not in love with him, then I would not feel the jealousy that this fellow has taken my place. So I must remove the problem out of my life. He took the axe and cut the skull open into two of Udiya Baba in front of all the people. And that Udiya Baba, the day before, if you read his biography, the day before, he had told a few bhaktas, this is how I'm going to go, please do not interfere. See? Latent impressions. Whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. You cannot change it. But the doer thinks that I can bring this. I can bring the change about by changing the furniture of the world. By putting more security cameras, I'll be more secure. No, only by realization. That is the only sure, short, permanent method by which you will never fall back into Prakriti again. See? Just like they say, Gandhiji, when he was shot, the last words were Ram. Similarly, our Udiya Baba, where even with the cut skull, he is chanting Ram. I gave you the other example. One of the persons whom I know here, their husband was dying, and he told the doctors he had lung cancer. He said, don't make me unconscious. I want to leave the body consciously. So give me painkillers, I don't mind. Heavy dose is also okay. But I want to chant the name of the Lord. And he left the body chanting the name of the Lord. See, I'm giving you these different examples because every person, every body in this creation has a is is unique, is moving in a unique manner. World is this seems to be the same for our eyes, but everyone is unique. Everyone is having different degrees of health and ill health, success and failure. All that is on account of the latent impressions. So is it that we can never do anything about it? No, you can do something about it. What is that? Get out of the way. Get out of the way. How do you get out of the way? Realize, merge into the divine. Can't we change the circumstances? Yes, you can change the circumstances if you take charge of the circumstances with ego. You will have to put humongous efforts to bring about a shift. But there is always consequence when there is a ownership of activity. So here what are we doing? We are coming to a recognition. We did not begin the activity. Activity is at these 5 causes level. It has its own momentum. Whatever happened, for whatever reason, I find myself in this body, okay, accepted. Whatever has happened, accepted. Whatever is happening, accepted. Nobody to be blamed, not even yourself. Past is past, forgotten, no regrets, no expectations. Then what is to be done? Check out. Leave the body alone. So what is the paddhati? Karma is done for what purpose? It is not to establish the world. It is not for collecting the wealth. It is not for building temples. Karma is done for purification. And if purification is not happening, and if in the name of karma everything else is being done, then we are going the wrong way. After karma, upasana. Why is upasana done? Not to please anyone, but to make our mind single pointed. So first with karma purify, but in the name of karma you see what are we are doing. अरे हमको तो अपने कर्म करने हैं, अपने बच्चों के प्रति कर्म करने हैं. वी हैव टू डू आवर ड्यूटी टूवर्ड्स आवर चिल्ड्रन, टूवर्ड्स आवर पेरेंट्स, टूवर्ड्स आवर husband or wife, and all that is okay. But while all that is by default, it is happening now. Don't worry. While all that is happening, find a way to be aware and come back to the unchanging principle. The witness, the Sakshi, the untouched one. Right now, like when we are on the ground, the traffic seems to be so much, and someone tells you, hey, take the right turn, then the left turn, then the right turn, then go straight, and then you see that post office at the corner, and from there you turn right, and then immediately left again, and that's the 5th building on the right. क्या बोला, can you repeat it? अरे गया काम से. On the ground level, it all seems as if there is such a big chaos. But as you raise yourself higher, you start seeing what starts happening as you go higher, like an eagle. All the differences start melting. And the higher you go, First, the streets will vanish, then the houses will merge into each other, then states will merge into each other, then countries will merge into each other, then only continents you will see. So, what is happening? Your vision is becoming homogeneous. From multiplicity, it is going to unity. So, purification, single pointedness, awareness, if it is not moving, bringing us to that disposition of unity, unified experience, then we are going the wrong way. Just as, so one is that these actions may lead to the destruction of the world or give rise to new worlds. Now, give rise to new worlds, daydreaming. We are all experts at it. Even in the middle of a lecture, we can be dreaming. What would be my grandchild doing right now? What would be my parents doing out there in India right now? How will be Fiji right now? See? हाँ, उधर अभी अभी तो उधर कितने बजे होंगे? हाँ, उधर तो रात हो गई होगी, अभी रात के 12 बज गए होंगे. It will be, everyone must be sleeping. Imagination already gone. Even if it was for 2 seconds, but it was imagination. Just as the sun is not aware that because of him the night lilies wither and the day lily blooms when it rises, or the sky does not know that the earth is blown to pieces by lightning, or that it has grown green because of the showers of rain, so he remains in the body without body consciousness. What will bring about, when I said karma must bring about purity, what is that purity? What is the result of that purity? Body disidentification. Body disidentification. Right now, it may not be our experience, but we must. It is a possibility, and it is experience of many seekers. Just as I am seeing you, like that you see that you are the body. That could be one way. Body disidentification also can mean that on account of seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, you are undisturbed. You are not enslaved by the senses. You are not enslaved by the mind. Well, we just talk about the body at the moment. By the senses, by the activity, by the habits. And when you come to the Anahata Chakra, you come to realize, Are, thoughts also I am not. I am the witness of all the thoughts. And when this click happens, you are able to see this equipment, this Prakriti, body, breath, mind, as separate. You become the seer and this mind becomes the seen. After that, very difficult to go back. Even if you come back into the body, it will keep nagging at you throughout your life that, there is a better way of living, and someday it will catch you. For some people, it happens by fluke. See? So, just as the sun is not aware that because of him some lilies wither and some lilies blossom in the day when it comes up, similarly, the realized master who is established in the self as the self, he is not aware that now the mind has woken up, now the mind has gone to sleep, now the mind has woken up, that the senses are functioning. He is not concerned only. He is not concerned only. Because he does not consider himself to be the body. Then what does he consider himself to be? To be the infinite consciousness. That is his reality. To get to that, he used this body and mind, no? Again, the next example that was taken, that just as the sky does not know that the lightning which is created destroys into smithereen the earth, it is not aware. Or the clouds that are formed and then it precipitates down. If the sky is not there, how can the clouds come? If the clouds don't come, how will the rain come? But sky does not feel elated because the rain fell, and see how much human service I am doing for the earth by making it green. It doesn't feel the guilt because of the lightning. Oh my God, I must go and say sorry to these fellows, to the earth, that because of the lightning there was destruction. No. Sky is untouched by all activity. Understand? Sky is untouched by all activity. So, what is sky? Space. There is, we have taken it somewhere. Bhutakash, Chittakash, Chidakash. So, just as the gross space, the outside space is untouched by the activity that is possible within its womb, without the sky, without the space, the world cannot exist. Similarly, Chittakash, the space of the mind, without it, the whole world, even the Bhutakash, is only in the Chittakash. It's only an aspect of the Chittakash. The space of the mind is untouched by all the activity of the mind. And when that is recognized, then you are the Chidakash, the conscious one. Now in the 436th, तो देहादि की चेष्टि घड़ता मोड़ता है सृष्टि, न देखे स्वप्न दृष्टि चैला जैसा, ये रवी चामाचे डोळेवरी जे देखती देह चिवरी, ते कीरतो व्यापारी ऐसेची मानिती, का तृणाचा बाहुला जो आगरा मेरे ठेविला, तो साचची राखता कोल्हा मानिजेना, पिसे नेसले गानागवे हे लोकी येऊनी जाणावे, ठाणोर्यांचे मवावे आणि की घाय, का महासतीचे भोग देखे कीर सकळ जग, परी ते आगी ना आग ना लोकू देखे. He says, just as a person who has woken up from deep sleep does not see dreams, so he is not aware of the worldly events which take place because of his body, etc. Who? The one who has come to be established in the self. Just like you as a waker who has woken up from a dream are not aware of the events taking place in the dream. Are they or are they not? Who cares, isn't it? Similarly, the one who has come to be established in the self, his attitude is also who cares? With regards to what? With regards to this waking experience. Because this waking experience is also a waking dream. It's not real. Whatever is changing is unreal. Don't forget that part. That principle, not part, principle. But those who view him merely through their physical eyes regard him as the doer of these actions. So we see, if you see the Akkalkot Maharaj serial which is coming, or you see Krishna functioning in his entire life. Some people say, oh, it is because of Krishna that the war. Gandhari cursed him because she thought he was instrumental in killing her sons and bringing about the war. Why couldn't he have stopped it? Could he have? Could he have not? He can do anything, but he chooses not to. He remains as a witness. Then whom does he give suggestion or tell something to someone? Those who are available, not to one who is not available. The one who has Shraddha, the one who is surrendered, the one who is seeking, the one who wants to remove the cobwebs of their mind. To such people he opens his mouth. Otherwise, and even though he did so many things in his life, did any event stick to him? Because when Uttara's Parikshit, when he was in the womb of Uttara, and the Brahmastra was sent by Ashwathama, the baby was dead. It was hurt and dead. And she didn't call out to anyone. She called out Krishna. Krishna came. And what is the statement there? That if I have performed all actions without attachment, if I had never taken sides even once in my life, if I had done everything in every activity in my life without raga dvesh, let this child wake up. What does that? It's a simple statement, but the import is very deep. It tells you of the character of Krishna, and for whom we are seeing Krishna as a form. We see Jnaneshwar Maharaj as a form. We see Akkalkot Maharaj as a form. We see Satya Sai Baba as a form. So whose vision is so gross, so jad, we can only see form. See? And we judge a person from his actions. And therefore, many people are unable to recognize a Mahatma because his actions are incoherent. There's no reason for his actions. So here he says that so he is not aware of the worldly events which take place because of his body, etc. But those who view him merely through their physical eyes regard him as the doer of these actions. And therefore the judgment. Therefore, if you see any life story of Mahatmas, there are many people opposed to the Mahatma. Many people. Who does he think he is? अपने आप को, someone sent me a brochure, how to become a guru, how to learn how to speak, how to learn what colors to wear, how to learn how to memorize the verses, how to give lectures, how to organize, and then how to market yourself, then how to organize yourself so that you can collect lot of funds. Must be very, very corrupted mind. जिसने भी बनाया होगा, या यू कैन लुक एट इट एज अ जोक कि क्या, हाँ आजकल कितने ही महात्मा लोग ऐसे कर रहे हैं. हु आर दीज महात्माज? स्यूडो सन्यासीज, स्यूडो महात्माज. But who are we to judge? Because our eye is gross, so we, whatever shortcomings are in there, we superimpose it on the other. We look at the other only from those eyes. Does not the jackal think that the scarecrow of grass erected on the border of the farm is a watchman of the farm? It's an illusion, it's a caricature, but he takes it to be real. Only others know whether a lunatic wanders about dressed or in a naked condition. The lunatic doesn't know. Lunatic doesn't know. Because he's not even body conscious. When we were young, we used to live in a place called Satya Niketan near Dholakwa in Delhi. And on one afternoon, before parents used to come back from work, we used to play on the streets and everything is going on. And one day, one lunaticy came, and she was naked, and all long hair. Her hair only were covering her body. And people, children were running after her, and she will run, and then she will come, and then the children will run, then again children will run after her. हम भी join कर लिए. She is not aware, otherwise won't she be wearing clothes? Are you aware at the night when you are sleeping, where your leg is, what position you are sleeping in? Is your hand in someone's pocket? No, no body consciousness. Other persons may count the wounds sustained by a warrior who has died on the battlefield. The whole world sees with reverence the self-immolation of a sati on the pyre of her diseased husband, while she herself is unconscious of the fire. Huh? See, what would be her? Yeah, it requires lot of courage. I gave yesterday, I think I gave the example of that fire walking. For other people who are not doing it, for them, अरे बेवकूफ़ लोग हैं, आग के ऊपर चलना है यार, क्यों बेकार में चलना है, पता नहीं आग गर्म होती है. Don't you know that the fire is hot? Why these idiots are walking on fire? And see, some of them are burning also. They are getting the embers stuck between their toes, and they are jumping around like crazy monkeys. An onlooker who is not part of it, he will see it as a stupid activity. But the one who is doing it, you ask that person, you were in a zone, you were on a fluff of clouds, you are walking on air. You don't feel the heat. You don't feel the heat while walking on the charcoal. We walked only on the charcoal. You go to Fiji, they walk for 1 week, I think, if I am not wrong. For 1 week, they heat up the rocks in fire. And there's a ceremony that they do the walking on the fire. Is it a ceremony, or maybe they catch a thief and make him walk on the fire? If he burns his feet, he's the thief. If he doesn't burn the thief, he's innocent. See? The whole. So, in this way, while she herself is unconscious of the fire, she is unconscious of her own person, and she is unconscious of the spectators. Walking on fire is not a performance. if you are not focused, you are not in the zone, if you're not in the zone, if you get distracted by what is happening on the side, because hundreds of people are there, people are saying something or the other, but believe me, all those people are saying, come on, yes, you can do it, you can do it. They are encouraging. You can't hear one single word. It's not making an impact on your eardrums. Or it's making an impact on your eardrums, but it is not entering into your mind. It is not disturbing the calm, cool, exalted state of the mind, which is so focused, without any doubt. It is not thinking that I'll be successful. It cannot be the right zone then. It's neither thinking about success, it's neither thinking about failure. See? Continuing, 441st. तैसा स्वस्वरूपे उठिला जो दृश्येसी द्रष्टा आटला तो नेणे कायरा हटला इंद्रियग्रामू अगाथोरी कल्लोळी कल्लोळसाने लोपता तिरीचे निजने जने एकी एक गिळिले हे मने मानिजे जरही तरही उदका प्रती पाही कोण ग्रसितसे काही तैसे पूर्णा दुजे नाही जे तो मारी सुवर्णाची या चंडिका सुवर्ण शूळेची देखा सुवर्णाची या महिखा नाशू केला तो देवलवसी आकडा व्यवहारू गमला फुडा वाचूनी शूळ महिष चामुंडा सुवर्णची ते. He says, where are we? In the same way, he who is awakened to his real self and whose notion of being a seer has vanished, along with the object to be seen, does not know what his senses are doing. This is only when you are in the zone. He who is awakened to his real self, to the Atma, to the pure consciousness. What is pure consciousness or Atma? Which is other than those five, remember. Which is other than those five. And whose notion of being a seer meaning what here? Doer, seer, hearer, toucher, taster, thinker, experiencer, knower. Everything that is ending in ER is an error in our disposition. So, he whose notion of being a seer has vanished. How did it get vanished? It melted away. How? The seer or the seeker or the doer, well, we are not talking about doer. Doer became contemplator or listener, or he is listening to the satsang, so he is the listener. So while listening, what is happening to him? This erring personality starts melting away. It stops taking seriously the Prakriti. See? So the only way out of this five is you are the doer. You start inquiring, who is this doer? And you come to realize that you are the infinite one. That's the only window. You cannot go through any other place. If you go through the body, you will do yoga. If you go through pranas, you will do pranayam. If you go take the path of the devas, then you will do upasana. If you take the इंद्रियाज, देन यू से स्पीक नो इविल, हियर नो इविल, सी नो इविल, इसी में लगे रहोगे, आगे कौन बढ़ेगा? सो बी वेरी क्लियर, because choice is, as a human being you have a choice where you put your attention, and भगवान की कृपा है, God's grace, that you are interested in Vedanta, you are getting the eagle's view of the entire smorgasbord of life. You can see everything, what is entree, what is main course, what is dessert, everything you can see. यू डोंट हैव टू, अच्छा अभी अभी क्या है, ये बिगनिंग वाला है कि ये आखिर का है, कि विद कर्म कैन वी कम टू रियलाइजेशन, और विद उपासना कैन वी कम टू रियलाइजेशन, डज कुंडलिनी टेक यू टू रियलाइजेशन? Once you understand this principle from Vedanta point of view, then everything becomes crystal clear without any ambiguity. Vedanta means the self. Vedanta, where words end, that is Vedanta. This prakriya of bringing a seeker to his essential self is the philosophy of Vedanta in that sense. And whose notion of being a seer has vanished along with the object to be seen. So who is a waker? Waker is he who has stopped being a dreamer and stopped seeing the dream world, isn't it? So both dreamer was experiencing the dream world was the scene, and the seer was the dreamer. What happened when he woke up? The dreamer also vanished, and the scene, which was the dream world, that also became null and void. Now what will happen when you wake up from this waking dream? The waker will be dissolved, and the waking world will become null and void. Then what will happen to my family? I have invested 40 years taking care of them. If this question is coming to your mind, then enjoy satsang and suffer. Tathastu. Does not know what his senses are doing. He does not know, the one who has woken up. He does not know what the senses are doing, what the body is doing, what the 5 causes of the karma or the kriya, what are they doing? He is not aware, because if he is aware of them, then he cannot know the self. If you are still thinking of the dream, you have not woken up. You are still in the dream. If person standing on the shore of the sea sees a big wave swallowing a small one, yet from the standpoint of water, who has swallowed what? This is what Krishna showed to Arjuna. He said, all these people whom you are afraid of killing, whom you are having doubts, how will I kill my grandfather, how will I kill my guru, how will I kill my cousins, how will I kill all the brothers? I have already killed them. Who is saying this statement? Krishna? No. It's not the Krishna. It is not the Krishna which Arjuna is seeing. Arjuna is seeing only the form of Krishna which is similar to his form. Then who is the Krishna who is saying that I have already killed them? He has to be necessarily the total person. When I ask you this question, did you know that from birth till today you have gone through waker, dreamer, and sleeper? The waker nods, but the one who is nodding, the one who knows, is not the waker. He is transcendental to the three. He is other than the waker, dreamer, and sleeper, who knows that the three have come and gone. But we are not able to catch that fellow. Even though he is plentifully, abundantly present all the time. Because of our obsessions. Because of our over involvement with specificity. So, see, you got the point? The answer, the person who answered that all these are already dead. Only you are going to get the glory of killing them and being declared victorious. Whatever is meant to happen is already predestined. It cannot be the Krishna who is standing with the body. So there are such snippets are many in Bhagavad Gita. I think last time I told you, isn't it, that how many times Krishna Bhagavan has spoken in Bhagavad Gita? None. Because all the verses are spoken by Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. It never says Sri Krishna Uvacha. So that Bhagavan, that Narayana, that Paramatma, that Brahman, that one without a second, he can take any form. There, in that particular context, he took the form of Krishna. Now that this example is coming now. What is that? So here, swallowing, so that was that. In the same way, a person who has attained perfection does not see anyone distinct from him whom he can kill. It does not. It's an all-inclusive, homogeneous vision. Just like you, does the doctor feel guilty if he is cutting you up? No. Do you feel sad? Oh my God, I have to scratch myself and the skin. Oh, it's so enjoyable, but I think, you enjoy. Keep scratching. You don't feel bad. Why? The finger also I am, the leg also I am. The tongue also I am, the teeth also I am, if the tongue is bitten by the teeth. The finger I am, the eyes I am, if the finger has gone into the eye. You don't cut the finger off because everything I am alone. This is the disposition of a Mahatma who is abiding in the self. No sense of difference. Homogeneous, that homogeneous, all-pervasive, unconditional love is our true nature. And when everything is included in the definition of I, as a result of our sadhana and acceptance that I am none other than that one, all-pervading principle, ekameva dvitiya, or Ishavasyam idagam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagata. That Isha is expressing in and through me. He is the material who has gone. And it is without a doubt. Then the vision changes. Then whom will you hate? Everything is Ish. Then if just because now autumn has come and all the leaves have fallen away and it's the time to trim all the roses, are you hurting the rose? Or are you allowing that rose to grow more profusely when the season begins? See? So was Bhishmacharya killed, or was he made to realize where he was going wrong? See? So here, when he says that in the same way, a person who has attained perfection does not see anyone distinct from him, and therefore, when a dog eats food, Shirdi Baba says, my tummy is full. See? Therefore, Darga Swami says, I only told Satya Sai Baba to put up Prashanti Nilayam. I only told Chinmayananda to start Chinmay Mission. I only told Ramakrishna Mission, Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, not Paramahamsa, Ramakrishna Paramahams to select Vivekananda as the disciple. This is the way he used to speak. Not one. So many Mahatmas. We spent half a day we were with him. मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरु मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Madatma, this Atma that I am alone is the Atma of all. Sarvabhuta Atma. Mannatha, the Lord in my heart, alone is the one who is expressing in the entire universe. The Guru Tattva within me is the Guru Tattva without, pervading the whole world. And all these three are one. The Atma, the Guru and the Jagannatha. And who told me that these three are one? Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So here the Guru is Bhagwan, the Guru is Adi Shankaraj, our Jnaneshwar Maharaj, who is making it so palatable for us to understand who we essentially are. Even if a devotee sees the gold idol of the goddess Durga killing the gold idol of the buffalo demon with a three-pointed gold spear, in reality the idols and the spear and the demon are only pure gold. Then where is the fault? So the seer, the seen and the instruments with which you are seeing the world is in essence one and the same. Material is the same. But because we are functioning through the mind, mind is nothing but differences, we are unable to catch the common underlying common denominator. Just like we get lost in the tides and the waves and the tsunamis, we forget that without water, all these are not possible. We get lost in the ornaments, we pay the money for the ornaments, but the goldsmith doesn't buy the ornament back, he buys back the gold. Nowadays in the shopping centers you see cash for gold, cash for gold. So they want you to come and sell your ornaments and they'll give you cash. They make a hefty profit. Why? They are not buying the ornament back, they are buying the gold back. You bought the ornament. So, what is the underlying factor? Where is your attention? Do you have the attention of a buyer of a ornament, or is your attention disposition of the goldsmith whose attention is on the gold, the common denominator of all the ornaments? That makes the difference. So, what is the common denominator within us? What is the common denominator of this Jeev Jagat Ishwar? What is it? That is the destination. And where is that destination possible? Here and now. It's not possible yesterday or tomorrow. It's not even possible after 2 seconds, 1 second. It's only possible here and now. Okay, 1 second went, it didn't happen. Okay, now be available now. Again it went, again be available. Fine tune yourself. Like you have to catch the other day I was telling you about the old radios. You have to fine tune them to catch the signal. You have to fine tune your attention. Is it extrovert or is it introvert? No, but introvert, there is nothing there. There is nothing there, yet there is someone. Be that. Don't try to come to know it. Because knowing is happening in the mind. Mind can never come to know. Aprapya manasa saha. And yet that attempt has to be made. 446th. पैचित्रीचे जळ हुताशु तो दृष्टीचाची आभासु पटी आगी बोलाशु दोन्ही नाही मुक्ताचे देह तैसे हालत संस्कार वशे ते देखोनी लोक पिसे करता म्हणती आणि तया करणेया आतू घडोतीही लोका धातू घातू परितेणे केला हे मातू बोलो नये अगा अंधारुची देखावा तेजे मग तो फेडी हे बोलिजे तैसे ज्ञानिया नाही दुजे जे तो मारी म्हणवनी तयाची बुद्धी नेणे पाप पुण्याची गंधी गंगा मीनलिया नदी विटाळू जैसा. He says, again, in a painting, the fire and water appears as if they are real, but there is neither real fire nor moisture. For this, very good example is the movies. On the TV screen you see, or in that big screen you see the real water, real emotions, real people, everything looks so real, as if you are there only. If you see virtual reality, those gadgets are there nowadays. In that virtual reality gadget, I created a cosmos, a Milky Way. I put the colors here, there, and I am the Brahma in the middle of the whole universe. That's the experience I got inside those thing. That the whole universe is spinning around me. In the same way, in the case of a person who is liberated while alive, the movements of his body take place according to the latent impressions of his past life. So whole topic began, why the activity is going on? Because of the vasanas. Because of another word for vasanas, subconscious impressions. Technical word for subconscious impressions, latent impressions. Latent, which have not expressed yet. They are sleeping. Under right conditions, they will wake up. Just like many people, Kundalini is sleeping. At the right time, that sleeping Kundalini will wake up. Just like your muscles are sleeping. You go to the gym, they wake up. Same way. Latent muscles. Latent impressions. Same way. the person who is liberated while alive, the movements of his body take place according to the latent impressions of the mind. This is another wrong conclusion that body identification brings about. And what is that? There is one mind per person. That is also not true according to Vedanta. It is only one mind. Now, think about it and get frustrated till we come to next class. Anyway, so how is that possible? My mind and my husband's minds are same. My God. If I had known, I wouldn't have got married. Yes, you would not have got married. Why? You are already one. You get married only where there are differences. Where there are no differences, marriage is not required. So, that was going away from the topic. Come back to the topic. What is it? That movements of the body take place in a realized master. The movements take place based on the latent impressions, the subconscious impressions. They are the propellers of activity from within the mind. They come to the surface and prompt the manasa vacha kaya to express in a particular way. The person, the conscious principle has got nothing to do, no contribution to make in that process. Yes, only one contribution. All this activity cannot take place without the conscious principle. Without the conscious principle, the activity cannot take place. How long? But the conscious principle has separated himself from the activity and the equipment. Now what is happening to the equipment? Because it has like that arrow which was shot, it has already come into existence. It is moving based upon the latent impressions. How long it will move? As long as the latent impressions are there. In Jnaneshwar Maharaj, everything finished at age 21. See? Krishna Bhagwan. One moment, my battery is getting over. In Krishna Bhagwan also, for some purpose, some boon, some ashirvad he had given, so this form he took. And how long did that form take? He lived for 126 years. How long did Adi Shankaracharya live? Only 32 years. How long? Well, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, 21 years he took. Sanjeevani Samadhi is still there. So different. Then it is not in there. The person who has checked out of the body, he doesn't worry. Should I go into Samadhi? Should I not go into Samadhi? Should I build a Samadhi for myself before I die? Blah, blah, blah. Each one is different. Unique. So, in the same way, in the case of a person who is liberated while alive, the movements of his body take place according to the latent impressions of his past life. But not knowing this, ignorant persons call him the doer. The onlooker calls him the doer. I am watching this Akkalkot Swami Samartha serial in Akkalkot. All educated people are against the Swami Samartha. But he is not against them. ठीक है, बुद्धू हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं. He only speaks to those who are available. whom intuitively he feels the equipment goes towards them. He has got nothing to achieve, nothing to not achieve. But what are they saying? Other people in the village, in Akkalkot, that he is a black magician, he is whichever family he enters, if one person of the family becomes he comes close to, then he engulfs the whole house, then everyone becomes a devotee of him. He's got a Vashikaran Siddhi. He's got nothing like that. It's like wherever the sun goes, he gives heat and light. I think he's got some siddhi. It is his nature. But not knowing this, ignorant people call him the doer. But then, if his natural actions lead to the destruction of the world, one should never say that he has caused it. Huh? Natural. The Prakriti is causing it. Prakriti is causing it. Krishna Bhagwan took Bhim and Arjun to go and kill Jarasandha. He was instrument. He could see who could and who could not kill him. There is nothing impossible for Krishna to do, but he chose not to do everything by himself. See? So and therefore, as I said before, some people think that keeping the Krishna and Arjuna on a chariot, if that picture or that carving is put in the house, it creates fighting in the house. Stupid fellows. It's the moment of where the greatest knowledge was given. How to have the correct identity at the correct time. And when that is not recognized, that's when the identity crisis comes in life. So here we are on a journey through Bhagavad Gita to recognize what is our true identity. Not only at the relative level while we are still a seeker, but even while there, what is our true identity? Because once we come to know that, then all relative identities are null and void. Then there is no confusion. There is nothing more to be alert about. That alertness, vigilance is only required as long as you are a seeker. But once the seeker realizes that he is the infinite one, then no more alertness, then no more awareness, then no more, then nothing needs to be practiced, because you are already that. Your vision has transformed. It has become all inclusive. But not knowing this, ignorant persons call him the doer. But then, if his natural actions lead to the destruction of the world, one should never say that he has caused it. Can the sun say that it will dispel the darkness after seeing it? See how Jnaneshwar Maharaj is giving the examples. Will the sun say, I will remove the darkness? Hold your breath. I am coming up. It's nice to hear all that in poetry. But in reality, it's not possible. Because from sun's point of view, there is nothing called darkness. It is not even an iota of darkness is possible from the disposition of the sun. So from the master's point of view, from the self-realized one, not even an iota of the world as we know it is available to him. Why? His attention is on the self and he is the self. Now no more attention also. Once the wave has become merged into the water, what will be the vision of the water? From water's point of view, there is no wave, there is no ocean. It is infinite. So once we have recognized that we are that infinite principle, mind has merged, the I, the true nature of the I has been cognized, discovered, it has revealed, it has got invoked by grace. That very moment, this veil of Maya is once and for all pulled away once and for all. So in the case of an enlightened person who has no sense of duality, there remains nothing different from him which he can destroy. Then it's all Leela. It's all, whatever is happening is happening. Is cutting of your tongue by your teeth, is it a destruction? No. If it happens, it happens. Just as a stream which joins the river Ganga does not remain impure, so his intellect is not polluted by merit and demerit. Now, the conscious principle, his vision has transformed. He is abiding in the self. But that equipment is still there, no? And that equipment is in the light of, there is no knower there. There is no seer, hearer, toucher, feeler, taster, thinker, experiencer. Then who is there? The infinite one. We are talking from relative standpoint now. From here we are looking up. When you look up, look down from up there is no down. You only see yourself everywhere. But when you come into the body and you look up, then what will happen? When you look at the sun, what happens? Can you see darkness? You can never see darkness. You will only see light. So this intellect, which is closest to the self, the equipment, the finest part of the equipment in this body is Vijnanamaya Kosh. This Vijnanamaya Kosh is the closest to the, if you want to use from Sankhya point of view, the Atma, the spirit. So when before it was looking at the world, so deluded, now it is looking at the self. Then what? Can it experience ignorance? No. The intellect or the mind and the body and the senses, they get washed by the light of perfection that this self is. And therefore, in such an intellect, no convictions of right and wrong, raga, dvesh, sukha, dukha, punya, papa, punya, hunger, thirst, all these, what do you call, shad urmis, what we call, or these dispositions which are for an ego person. He who is that ego? Who has taken the body and the mind and the intellect to be I. So he goes through these opposites. Now what is happening? This intellect is in the light of the consciousness. That is what is reflecting. Like a body of water with, time ho gaya yaar, body of water without waves. Only then the pure reflection of the sun, moon will come, no? So my intellect has become very quiet. Then the reflection is there. Waves only come when the identification is there. No identification, very less waves. Then what is happening? Now the light of consciousness. This is just a picture I am creating for you. Nothing like that. That light washes. Now, how can that my intellect go into the world of opposites? They can never be formed because agent is not there. The doer is not there. And in this manner, what happens, we'll catch it in the next episode. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. And this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, the retreat starts at 9 a.m. Saturday.
Recording stopped.